Welcome back. Shares of Tanla Platforms have surged in trade. This is after the company reported a good set of Q2 numbers. The company's quarterly revenue growth crossed the 1,000 rupee mark. Even on a quarter-on-quarter basis, the top line is up close to about 10%, and year-on-year, we've seen the revenues go up by close to about 18.5%. The company has gone through a few, weak quarters where competitive intensity had picked up, hurting growth, but Tanla Platforms has bounced back. To talk about the way forward, we're joined by Uday Reddy, Chairman, CEO of Tanla Platforms, on the show now. Uday, morning, and thank you for joining in. First, if you could tell us, what was the contribution to your top line of the Value First India business? Because you did close it on 3rd of July, so this quarter would have got the full benefit of Value First India business. So how much did it aid your top line? And even for the next quarter, when the Middle East business gets consolidated, what will be the benefit?
Okay, great to be here, Reema.
Thank you for joining.
Thank you. Let me give you a quick overview of the quarter two. So Q2 has been a milestone quarter for us, with revenue crossing 1,000 crores for the first time. We delivered 19% revenue growth and 30% PAT growth with the 131 crore free cash flow. We completed the Value First India acquisition, and Q2 financials reflect the full 3 months performance of the company. Value First delivered very strong performance in Q2 and contributed an incremental revenue growth of around 100 crores at a consolidated level. Value First was operating at a mid-single digit EBITDA before our acquisition. As you know, on this very channel, I had committed that we would move to double-digit margin in 2 to 3 quarters post-acquisition. I'm happy that we have delivered on our commitment. Value First operated at higher than mid-teen EBITDA in the first quarter of consolidation. So it's a big positive for us. I've seen the same journey with Carex, which we acquired in 2019, and it is not new to us to make acquisition successful.
Uday, just one follow-up. You said, sorry to interrupt, you said the Value First India business contributed about 100 crores to your top line. You delivered a top line of 1,000 crore, which means ex of Value First, your revenues would have been 900 crore in Q2, which is flat on a quarter-on-quarter basis and just up 5 to 6% on a year-on-year basis. So ex of that, the revenue growth is still on the sluggish side. Would you like to comment on that?
In terms of, so you're talking about organic growth, right?
Yes, organic growth.
Yeah. So on an organic basis, we had delivered 7% revenue growth and 7% gross margin growth year on year, while we had a positive impact on domestic price increase to enterprises in the middle of the quarter. But the demand was elastic in Q2. What I mean by that is the enterprises optimized their spends, particularly on the promotional campaigns. So we did not see a tailwind of growth in Q2 in domestic business.
So, Uday, just elaborate on that. Let's talk organic now. What are the trends that you would forecast for the second half? Do you see a pickup from what has been sequentially, a very flat performance like Reema said, and year-on-year 7%? What should we expect from the organic business for the rest of this year?
So let me first talk about the revenues. We expect this Q3 to be a growth quarter. We see 2 levers. First is the impact of domestic price increase to enterprises in the middle of the quarter, but the demand was very elastic in Q2. But we see this trend is going to come to normal level, and
how much is the price increase? Uday, how much is the price increase that you've taken on the organic domestic side, and do you see that sustaining?
Yes, absolutely. It is sustainable. We strongly believe that it is sustainable, and we have this price increase has helped us for 2 months. So when it comes to the quarter 3, we're going to book for this impact is going to be shown in the full 1 quarter, as opposed to 2 months reflection in the last quarter.
So what has been the quantum of that price increase?
It could be upwards of around 35 crores.
Okay, and are we expecting more on that front? I mean, I'm reading out what you said, I think, after Q1, where you said that we will perhaps look at, taking a pricing reset, which happens every 3 years in the industry, and you see a visibility of that happening in Q2. So I understand that has happened, but is there any more that we can expect, or this is it for now?
This is it for now.
Okay.
Okay, got
getting to your Value First Middle East business, which concluded or got consolidated towards the end of Q2. Now, this will benefit your Q3 revenues as you enjoy the benefit of a full quarter consolidation. What's the expected revenue contribution from that, and what will it take your overseas revenue contribution to?
So we expect to complete the Value First overseas acquisition in Q3, subjected to regulatory approvals in the local geographies. They would add around 60 to 70 crores on a quarterly basis to our top line, and we expected to see the full benefit in Q4 of this financial year.
Okay. And what would your overseas contribution increase to? How much does it contribute to your top line today? And with this Middle East business coming to you, what would that revenue contribution go up to?
Reema, as you know, most of our revenues do come from India geography.
Yes.
So with the Value First edition, we are looking pretty strong in the overseas market. But I should be able to comment in Q4 of this year.
So, Uday, then leave us with the final outlook. We were talking about organic growth. So for FY24, what would be organic growth year on year? And also leave us with an outlook on inorganic growth. I mean, you've done some acquisitions now. We've been discussing one of them. Is there appetite for more in the near future? By that, I mean the next 6 to 9 months.
We are not really looking for any more acquisitions in this financial year. We are concentrating on integrating the Value First India as well as Value First overseas businesses with our parent company. And also, as I mentioned earlier, we are pretty confident about Q3 numbers for 2 reasons. One is we expected to have the impact of the festive spend on Q3. And also, because of the price increase, impact was only for 2 months in the last quarter. But this quarter, we would like to see for the full quarter, for 3 months.
Uday, we had many more questions to you. We wanted to talk to you about Wisely ATP, your anti-phishing technology, the Vodafone Idea deal, and what happened there. But out of time right now on this conversation. So thank you very much for joining in and wish you all the very best. That's Tanla Platforms for you. The stock is still up close to about 7.5%. Growth has looked solid for the company, 18% on a year-on-year basis. But if you strip out the acquisition benefit, organic revenue growth is close to about 7%, boosted by the price hike that the company did, a domestic price hike to enterprises. We'll get into a break. On the other side, we'll be joined by Manisha, and we'll talk more about commodities. Stay tuned.